The HK419 is a carbine with a great time to kill, but it has quite a kick, reducing its effective range. Is it any good? Let's have a look. The HK419 has an overall good time to kill, placing 6th overall. As a carbine, this is great, and it means the HK419 can compete with SMGs up close. For the detailed comparisons, the HK is going up against the G36C, FAMAS and P90. The G36C has the same damage model and is accurate at all the assault rifle ranges in-game. The HK adds an extra 75 rate of fire and additional recoil compared to the G36C. This limits its use at further ranges as it kicks more randomly and faster, but it increases its time to kill for better close range performance. The FAMAS is probably the closest comparison to the HK419.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
As both rifles have a high rate of fire and high recoil as well, and thrive in close to medium range fights. The FAMAS kills overall slower, but does kill quicker against unarmoured, which is important in close range. Because the HK deals more damage, it does have more consistent bullets to kill than the FAMAS, and requires less to connect, which is relevant as both rifles have high recoil. Lastly, the P90 is here as it has a similar rate of fire to the HK, and is a close range specialist weapon. I noticed these weapons have almost identical bullets and times to kill, but the P90 moves faster than the HK419.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
And it has a 50 round magazine, with similar damage and rate of fire. The HK's advantage is offering a better damage at range than the SMG and PDW categories of weapons, as its damage drop-off starts further away. But the HK is primarily a close quarters weapon, so you should compare it to your favourite PDW or SMG. Use a one-time sight of your choice. The Flash Hider helps to tame the HK419's high horizontal recoil stats. I recommend the BCM Gunfighter to also fight the high horizontal recoil stat. And, whilst this looks unconventional, I will explain why I recommend this grip in the gameplay section. Quick Mags removes 6 bullets, reducing capacity significantly from 30 to 24, as well as introducing additional recoil. This gun already kicks quite hard, so I'd recommend taking default magazines, as the extra capacity and less recoil is stronger than faster reloads, and it allows you to multi-kill easier with 30 rounds loaded. The HK419 is best at close range, but it can reach into mid-range if needed. I will bring back the G36C comparison and look at my Flash Hider loadout stats for it. As you can see on screen, the G36C has 0.2 less vertical and horizontal recoil than the HK419, and it applies its recoil values 75 times less per minute. Because the HK's recoil is both higher and applied more often, it can still laser beam down people at mid-range, but is unreliable at doing so, as the variance when fired is a lot higher. The way I choose to run this gun reduces its horizontal recoil as low as it could possibly go, but despite that, it still rests at 0.83, which is a lot higher than most other mid-range guns. I personally prefer this because I find it easier to adjust for an unexpectedly high vertical kick, which can even be advantageous in landing a headshot, compared to a hard horizontal kick that would either pull left or right unexpectedly. With the Flash Hider and BCM, the HK419 does require active vertical recoil control at anything past the closest of close range, but it can stay on target more at range as you learn how to control it, as you can learn how much to pull down by to give it the best chance of killing an enemy. Another thing I want to discuss is its reload time with my preferred build. I use 0 attachments that reduce the reload time, and as a result, the reload speed is noticeably slow. You may be tempted to use attachments that specialise the HK419 for close range fighting, such as Quick Mags and the ERK grip, by cutting down its reload time. The problem, in my opinion, with doing this, is that it then functionally becomes a worse PDW. Remember, the P90 in the time to kill analysis had similar time to kill, but a 50 round magazine and faster movement. So, specialising the HK419 for close quarters means I'd never recommend it over the P90. The BCM Gunfighter allows you to use it at further ranges than those PDWs, and still keep your very high time to kill, as the HK419 has Carbine damage drop-off, giving it the best chance of success at mid-range. And it still destroys people in close quarters. You now just have to play around the reload time, as that can get you killed. I'm definitely open to criticism about my thought process about these attachments, so if you disagree, let me know in the comments. So, would I recommend the HK419? I'd say yes, it's worth running, but it's not for everybody. If the G36 feels like the M4 with a bit of spice, the HK419 feels like the M4 with 5 chilies. It does have a slow reload, it does kick hard, and requires active management of its kick, but it has a very quick time to kill and feels rewarding when you use it, as you know you've earned the kills with good aim every time you get a kill with it. But due to the high recoil, I would not recommend it for new players. Thanks for watching.
Kill me.